남규태방송 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까. 오늘은 2023년 5월 7일 일요일입니다. 현재 시간은 오후 11시 34분입니다. 성경공부 480회 방송을 시작하겠습니다. 성경은 열왕기하 17장 18절부터 영문으로 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. So the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them from his presence. Only the tribe of Judah was left, and even Judah did not keep the commands of the Lord their God. They followed the practice Israel had introduced. Therefore, the Lord rejected all the people of Israel. He afflicted them and gave them into the hands of plunderers until he thrust them from his presence. When he told Israel away from the house of David, they made Jeroboam, son of Nadab, their king. Jeroboam enticed Israel away from following the Lord and caused them to commit a great sin. The Israelites persisted in all the sins of Jeroboam and did not turn away from them until the Lord removed them from his presence, as he had warned through all his servants, the prophets. So the people of Israel were taken from their homeland into exile in Assyria, and they are still there. The king of Assyria brought people from Babylon, Kada, Abba, Hamas, and Sepharvaim, and settled them in the towns of Samaria to replace the Israelites. They took over Samaria and lived in its towns. When they first lived there, they did not worship the Lord, so he sent lions among them, and they killed some of the people. It was reported to the king of Assyria, the people you deported and resettled in the towns of Samaria do not know what God of that country requires. He has sent lions among them, which are killing them up because the people do not know what he requires. Then the king of Assyria gave this order: have one of the priests you took captive from Samaria go back to river there and teach the people what the God of the land requires. So one of the priests who had been exiled from Samaria came to live in Bethel and taught them how to worship the Lord. Nevertheless, each national group made its own gods in the several towns where they settled and set them up in the shrines. The people of Samaria had made at the high places. The people from Babylon made Sukkos, Benos, those from Kuta made Nergal, and those from Hamas made Ashima. The white made Nibhaz and Tartek and the Sepharvites burned their children in the fire as sacrifices to Adoram, Melech, and Anam Melech, the goddess of Sepharvaim. They worshipped the Lord, but they also appointed all sorts of their own people to officiate for them as priests in the shrines at the high places. They worshipped the Lord, but they also served their own gods in accordance with the customs of the nations from which they had been brought. 방송을 자정까지만 하고 마치도록 하겠습니다. 방송은 12시 정각에 마치도록 해보겠습니다. 계속해 보겠습니다. To this day, they persist in their former practices. They neither worship the Lord nor adhere to the decrees and regulations, the rules and commands that the Lord gave the descendants of Jacob, whom he named Israel. When the Lord made a covenant with the Israelites, he commanded them to not worship any other gods or bow down to them, serve them, or sacrifice to them. But Lord, who brought you up out of Egypt with a mighty power and outstretched arm, is the one you must worship. To him you shall bow down and to him offer sacrifices. You must always be careful to keep the decrees and regulations, the laws and the commands he wrote for you to not worship other gods. Do not forget the covenant I have made with you, and do not worship other gods. Rather, worship the Lord your God. It is He who will deliver you from the hand of all your enemies. They would not listen, however, but persisted in their former practices. Even while these people were worshipping the Lord, they were serving their idols. To this day, their children and grandchildren continue to do as their ancestors did. In the third year of Hoshea, son of Era, king of Israel, Hezekiah, son of Ahaz, king of Judah, began to reign. He was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 29 years. His mother's name was Abijah, daughter of Zechariah. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father David had done. He removed the high places, smashed the sacred stones, and cut down the Asherah poles. He broke into pieces the bronze snake Moses had made, for up to the time the Israelites had been burning incense to it. It is called Nehushtan. Ezekiel trusted in the Lord, the God of Israel. There was no one like him among all the kings of Judah, either before him or after him. He held fast to the Lord and did not stop following him. He kept the commands the Lord had given Moses, and the Lord was with him. He was successful in whatever he undertook. He rebelled against the king of Syria and did not serve him. From watchtower to fortified city, he defeated the Philistines as far as Gaza and its territory. In King Hezekiah's powers year, which was the seventh year of Hoshea, son of Era, king of Israel. Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, marched against Samaria and laid siege to it. At the end of 3 years, the Assyrians took it. So Samaria was captured in Hezekiah's sixth year, which was the ninth year of Hoshea, king of Israel. The king of Assyria deported Israel to Assyria and settled them in Hera, in Jojan on the harbor river and in towns of the Medes. This happened because they had not obeyed the Lord their God, but had violated his covenant, or that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded. They neither listened to the commands nor carried them out. In the 14th year of King Hezekiah's reign, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, attacked all the fortified cities of Judah and captured them. So Hezekiah, king of Judah, sent this message to the king of Assyria at Lachish: I have done long. Withdraw from me, and I will pay whatever you demand of me. The king of Assyria attacked from Hezekiah, king of Judah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. So Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the temple of the Lord and in the treasuries, treasuries of the royal place. At this time, Hezekiah, king of Judah, stripped up the gold with which he had covered the doors and the doorposts of the temple of the Lord, and gave it to the king of Assyria. The king of Assyria sent his supreme commander, his chief officer, and his field commander with a large army from Lachish to King Hezekiah at Jerusalem. They came up to Jerusalem and stopped at the aqueduct of the upper pool on the road to the washerman's field. They called for the king, and Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, at the place administrator, Sebna, the secretary, and Joah, son of Asaph, the recorder, went out to them. The field commander said to them, "Tell Hezekiah, this is what the great king, the king of Assyria, says. On what are you basing this confidence of yours? You say you have the counsel and the might for world. When you speak only empty words, on whom are you depending? And then you rebel against me. Look, I know you are depending on Egypt, the splintered leader of a step, which appears the hand of anyone who leans on it. Such is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all who depend on him. But if you say to me, we are depending on the Lord our God, isn't he the one whose high places and altars he Hezekiah removed, saying to Judah and Jerusalem, you must worship before this altar in Jerusalem. Come now, make a bargain with my master, the king of Assyria. I will give you 2,000 horses. If you can put riders on them, how can you repulse on officer of the list of my master's officials? Even so, you are depending of Egypt for chariots and horsemen. Furthermore, have I come to attack and destroy this place without word from the Lord? The Lord himself told me to march against this country and destroy it. Then Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, and Shebna and Joah said to the field commander, please speak to your servants in Aramaic. Since we understand it, don't speak to us in Hebrew in the hearing of the people on the wall. But the commander replied, was it only to your master and you that my master sent me to say these things and not to the people sitting on the wall, who like you will have to eat their own excrement and drink their own urine. 성경공부 480회 방송은 여기서 종료하도록 하겠습니다. 열왕기하 18장 27절까지 읽어보았습니다. 주기도문 기도하고 방송을 끝내겠습니다. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. 아멘. 성경공부 480회 방송을 시청해 주신 분께 감사드리겠습니다. 다음 방송에서 다시 인사드리겠습니다. 안녕히 계십시오.